the Tippmann RCR M4-22. It is here on the rack table. You may have seen the range time video that I did on this particular rifle. Super impressed with this AR-15 chambered in 22 LR. You've seen the other ones here on the channel, the M4-22, what is it, the Elite L, the Elite S, S meaning short, L meaning long, also the M4-22 Magnum. Love that thing, absolutely amazing rifle. But this is the RCR. Now, I reckon they're basically called, well, I think the RCR stands for Race Ready Rifle. I think that's what it's standing for. That's what I'd call it anyway myself, because it is ultra lightweight. Let me throw out some specs and I'll get down to the nitty gritty of this little rifle. So this one is a 16 inch ultra light barrel. As standard, it has a BCG upgrade, so bulk carrier group upgrade already, so it's kind of tricked out from the get-go, if that makes sense. 9-inch composite free float handguard, so it's an aluminium. That's a wedding ring test. It's an aluminium or aluminum if you're in the US. Handguard there, M-lock slots as standard. It's got the Gen 2 grip, so the pistol grip is semi-automatic. Aluminium upper and lower. 10 round and 25 round magazine. You have a functional forward assist, which, to be fair, if you don't maintain your rifle very well, then yeah, I guess you're going to need it. But if you look after your firearms, you ain't really going to need it, okay? Unless you've got some real shitty ammo, of course. Now, the actual barrel on this rifle only weighs 246 grams. The actual full weight of the rifle is, don't know, not got it here, but I'll put it up there in the corner so you can see it, because I've not got it on my specs as I do this video. But that is pretty much it for your specs. It's an AR-15. What's not to like if you guys are into your tactical stuff? But you've seen lots of the Tippmanns on the channel already. You know, I absolutely love them. But let's just get down and sort of have a good look at this thing. So basically, this is the ultra lightweight version. It is so light. It is about the same as a Smith & Wesson 15-22 weight-wise. But it is all metal, this one is. But it feels it's not far off. I've held them both together. And yeah, really not far off at all. So taking it from the top, it's pretty bog standard stock on there. You're going to change that out. You know, you guys that are into tricking your AR-15s out, you're gonna, that's the first thing that's going to go. You're going to put a Gucci mag pull on or a Fab Defense. You know, I would anyway. But it is a 6-position adjustable stock on an aluminium. Is it aluminium? Oh no, that's plastic. Ooh, okay. That's polymer. So that's a polymer buffer tube there. Metal castle nut, 6-position stock. You have got, moving on to the upper. So forward assist, like I said, it is a working forward assist. You don't really need it on a 22 LR, although on a 22 Magnum I have used it probably once or twice. Just sort of getting it into battery. Those of you who don't know what the forward assist is, basically, say if your rifle is really dirty, okay, and it's getting really furred up, and your bolt doesn't quite go into battery, so it's into battery there. But imagine if it sort of just gets to about there because of all the crap that's in your barrel. What you do is you just push that and it rams it home, okay? I think it comes from when the US Army, you know, when they had the M14, as one of their sort of main rifles. I'm not going to go all techie and all historic or anything, but when they used to use the M14, that was a semi-automatic rifle. If that didn't go into battery, I think the soldiers were used to sort of just pushing that charging handle forward to ram it into battery. They kind of adopted that on the M16, whereas the soldiers with that used to sort of ramming it forward if it didn't go into battery. They had a forward assist on the M16, so you could kind of still do that. And I think it's just been, adopted. Rimfires, you don't really need it. Anyway, it's got a working forward assist. In fact, what I'll do is if I basically open the upper and lower. So that's how that forward assist works. See the teeth on there? As you push that, that's sort of pushing those teeth and basically pushing it into battery. Okay, right, while we've got it broken open, may as well have a look at the bolt. So you do get a nice funky almost like aftermarket T-bar cocking handle. Again, that's something that I would probably upgrade to if this didn't already have it, but it's pretty cool. Nice solid, oh my god, very dirty BCG. Okay, god, that is filthy. I've got to give that a wipe. So yeah, you've got a sharp claw extractor there. It is what it is. Very minimalistic, very easy to maintain. Well, we've got that out. Drop-in triggers will fit in this particular rifle. So, and it has got the anti-warp pins that stop the trigger pins walking out. Sorry guys, I just hit the camera there. And then obviously if you have a look down there, there's your barrel. It's probably furry. Oh no, it's pretty clean actually. Pretty clean. Nice, solidly built. Let's try and put this back together on camera. It never really goes well when I try and put stuff back together. Okay. Oh no, we're looking good. So it's that easy to field strip. Working buffer tube there, and it's a quiet buffer tube as well. You get some rimfire AR-15s that have a working buffer tube. They can be quite a bit sort of twangy. This one isn't. I didn't really notice it sort of massively sort of noisy, from the buffer tube. I think that's because it's polymer. It's less sort of squeaky, when the spring is running up and down. You've got a ambidextrous castle nut loop there where you can hook on single point harness or sling or whatever. So that's cool. I do like that. This is the Gen 2 pistol grip, AR-15 beaver tail pistol grip. You can swap that for whatever you like if you want. I like it. I like the one that's standard. It's decent. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Standard magazine release and AR-15 paddle there. Nothing sort of really fancy there. This thing is so light. I'm just holding it with one hand. It's so light. Okay, and then you've got a nice length of Picatinny rail along the top. So plenty of room for an optic. And then what they've done, and I really do like this on this RCR, they've gone pretty minimalistic as far as the handguard goes, because, and I do love this, they've done it on the Schmeiser AR9, or the SP9, where they've just got rid of all this Picatinny rail up front that you do not need. So it's nice and smooth up front here. Really nice. M-lock slots all the way around. So loads of room to throw on bits and pieces. Okay. There is a forward charging handle as well, which is nice. So you can use the T-bar, or you can use that charging handle as well. That is ambidextrous also, so you can swap that round. Nice feature. You don't often see that on an AR-15, and you can HK slap it as well. So you just give it a slap like that. Probably not recommended on rimfire, but it can be done, which is kind of nice. Did I use it? I don't think I think I may have used it because I'm lefty. I may have sort of done it like this, AK style, if that makes sense. Well, it's probably totally confusing everything because I'm a lefty. But yeah, it's a nice feature to have that. Pop-up sights as standard. You get these in the box with the Tippmann. You're going to throw on an optic of some description, be it a glass one or a red dot. I do like this Handguard. It is that finish on it though. That's probably my only criticism of this rifle, is the way the Handguard is finished. It's that, I don't know how they do it, I don't know what it is, but it's that finish where if you rub your hands down it, it just leaves all your skin on there. It's, I don't know, I'd probably Cerakote it. I don't know, but as standard it comes with this sort of finish, so it's a very sort of matte finish. This is the cool bit, the barrel. It is fluted. Look at that. Now that's to keep things ultra light. It's not so much cooling, not on rimfire unless you're really going to push some rounds down it. But that looks so cool if you can see it. It is actually fluted all the way. I'm not sure if you can see that, guys. I'm not sure if it's picking it up on camera. But that barrel is so cool. It looks awesome. Now, everything works on this rifle. Like I said, forward assist, that charging handle, the bolt release as well. So that works. So you can hit the paddle to basically charge the rifle. Magazines. This one is a 20 round magazine. They do 20 and, is it 20 and 10? Sorry, 25 round and 10 round magazines. These, at first, when I first got my hands on one of the Tippmanns many moons ago, I was like, with these magazines, because they've got like this dust cover. So what you do is you press the button here and you pull them like that, and then you've got the follower there to sort of assist with your loading. And then once you've loaded up, you just close these and it keeps all the crap out. At first I was like, I don't know whether I'm arsed with these little covers. But to be fair, it keeps all the crap out and I kind of like them. So I've warmed to them. Nice magazines, full polymer. You know, I had no issues with the magazines whatsoever. This thing ran 100%. I used a bit of CCI ammo, CCI mini mags, but I was mainly using the Norma TAC 22. I love this ammo, and it absolutely loved it. Just chewed through ammo, no problem whatsoever. So really good with the Norma TAC 22. All hits. Well, I'm happy with that. That was 25 rounds, all on the money at 150-ish yards. So. Right, what do you get in the box? I'll show you the box. So it's a cardboard box from Tippmann, although it's a pretty cool one. And let's open her up. There's not really a lot to see in here. So, this is the other magazine. So I think this will be the 10 rounder. It might just get two 25 rounders. Right, so you get two 25 rounders here in the UK anyway. This one is kindly on loan from Shooting Supplies here in the UK, so a big shout out to those guys for lending this rifle for review. This is the manual. Exploded diagrams, yes, we like that. I like exploded diagrams. It's alright, it's a half decent manual. I do, you know what I'm like though, I do like them glossy with lots of pictures, you know, and maybe a little bit at the back that you can do a little bit of colouring in. Yeah, that'll probably do it for me as well. What else do you get in the box? You get the bike lock thingy as well. I think that's standard. Anything from the US has to have that. So yeah, that's the box. Pretty, you know, pretty sort of standard cardboard box really. The sort of cardboard box you're either going to just throw away or you're just going to chuck it up in the attic and for it never to be seen again. But no, the Tippmann RCR. Now, ultra lightweight. What would you use this for? You'd use it for just general plinking. Absolutely, general plinking. It'll be absolutely perfect. But if I was doing something like speed steel or mini rifle and you wanted something ultra lightweight, definitely with its lightweight where you've got to stop, you know, to engage the targets. You don't want all that weight that's going to keep you moving, that's harder to stop. This literally, wherever you point your finger, obviously I'm left-handed so I'm doing it like this, it's gonna go wherever you want it. Like I said, I had no problems with this, no issues with it running, rolling footage. It ran absolutely spot on. I think I spent more time reloading this gun than I did actually shooting it because it was just chugging through this Norman TAC-22 ammo. I think I pumped about probably 400 rounds through this. It's still pretty clean, to be fair. I know I've wiped that bolt because I was a bit embarrassed when I showed it you on camera, but looking in there, it isn't too bad, to be fair. I think it might be a combination of pretty clean ammo, but no, really cool. I can definitely recommend these if you are after something lightweight, you know, that's fully functional. It's mil spec. It's got all the working bits on it. Something a little bit extra as well with that forward charging handle, which, you know, makes things even more interesting as far as operation goes. Then I don't think you can go far wrong. Like I said, any of the Tippmanns really, you know, they're bang on. They're bang on. I can't fault them. You know, I've had no issues with this one whatsoever. But if you get your hands on one of these, you'll be like, oh my god, that is as light as a Smith & Wesson. You know, don't get me wrong, I like the Smith & Wessons. Some people don't because they're all polymer, you know, and you haven't got forward assist. Some guys, if they, you know, they want all the working parts, then you know, that'll probably turn some guys on. The forward assist, the working forward assist, threaded as well. I don't know whether I mentioned it. You don't get a flash hider with this, so I guess you could get an aftermarket one, or you could chuck on a little mod. I just ran this as it was straight out of the box with the iron sights, and the pop-ups iron sights are decent. Okay, so they're as good as your Magpul ones. These ones are Tippmann's own. So, but no, a very cool little rifle, guys. Working dust cover as well. Again, you don't get that on a 15-22 from Smith & Wesson. So, you know, just putting it out there. But it is almost as lightweight as a Smith, but full metal. Anyway, there you go. That is your full rack and load review of the Tippmann M4-22 RCR. I can absolutely recommend this rifle, even if you're a beginner or a competition shooter. I know competition shooters are probably going to pay way more for like a battle arms or something like that, but if you're just getting into competition, mini rifle, anything like that, you want a full metal one, then but it's got to be ultra lightweight. That is the one. And with that fluted barrel as well, I've not seen another AR rimfire on the market with a fluted barrel. At least I don't think I have. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thank you very much for watching. That is Rack and Load. See ya.